Tēnā koutou katoa. This is Moritz Lehmann of Starboard Maritime Intelligence. Today is the 4th of May around 10 p.m. UTC. It's 8 a.m. in Sydney, Australia and 10 a.m. in New Zealand, where we are located. I will talk about ship movements in the Tasman Sea, where we're monitoring the fishery for southern bluefin tuna under our Operation 18C. The starboard screen you see shows the tracks of the fishing vessels in this part of the world from the 2nd of May UTC. The little ship icons travel along those tracks as the time slider moves to the present. Let me zoom into our area of interest and hide all vessels outside of it. In the last 24 hours, we saw 4 ships entering our area of interest. 2 Japanese longliners are coming in from the north, and these are likely heading to the rest of the Japanese fleet down here. There are also 2 ships that departed Auckland a few days ago. There is the Viking Bay, a Spanish longliner that is most likely now joining up with the Spanish fleet here in this area, and a Japanese longliner which may be heading to the rest of the Japanese ships down in the southwest. Now the Vanuatu flagged vessel we observed steaming south in the eastern part of our area appears to have decided to go further south after fishing a brief pattern that we discussed yesterday. Now, both our satellite partners, Unseenlabs and MDA, have booked satellite ship detection data acquisitions for tomorrow. MDA have tasked RadarSat-2 for the morning at 8:33 UTC on May the 5th to scan this area here. About 3 hours after that, at 11:05 UTC, Unseenlabs will search for ships by their radar emissions over the southeastern part of our area of interest. Both acquisition footprints show a large overlap, which is great to compare any detections made by the 2 different sensors. The shapes I just dragged in are geojson files that you can just drop into Starboard to show them on the map. I'll just refresh Starboard here to remove those, because in the afternoon at 4:28 UTC, Unseenlabs will conduct another scan for radar emissions, and at 6:11 p.m. on UTC, RadarSat-2 will follow this up with another SAR acquisition. For the last SAR scan, we asked MDA on relatively short notice to change where the data will be taken. We did this because the footprint of the SAR image is a 210,000 square kilometer area, which is pretty large, but does not cover the whole area of interest by a long shot. Just compare this here in our previous SAR acquisition. And so it's entirely possible that the satellite scans an empty area of the ocean. Now, we're interested in seemingly empty areas of the ocean because that's where we think dark vessels might be operating. But we also want some known vessel locations in the area so we can check that the satellite picks these up to provide more confidence that dark detections are real objects at sea. So we looked at the locations of the fishing fleets in the area and asked MDA to image an area that has lots of vessel activity but also lots of empty space. And we came up with this area here, which is occupied by primarily the Taiwanese fishing fleet. So the footprint that MDA will be collecting is shown here. And again, there are lots of vessels in there, but also lots of empty ocean to detect some potentially dark vessels. We're very much looking forward to these satellite acquisitions, and we'll talk about them in our next updates on our Operation 18C. Tēnā koutou for listening. Please get in touch with us if you have any questions or comments, and follow us on Twitter and LinkedIn for updates.